Hey everyone, and welcome back. For all of you that are new to the channel, welcome. For all of you that are returning, I appreciate the support. For today, I wanted to come up with something that is engaging, that is creative, as always. And so I hope you like the video, and I'll see you on the flip side. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode where we talk about product photography, but this time it's going to be a little bit different from the last video that you've seen. This time we're going to be talking about Tanqueray. Now this bottle right here is something that I thought was really pretty, had very beautiful colors on it, and I was like, yes, I totally have to figure out how to do some product photography for this, and I want to take you along with me. So let's go. In the previous video, I had taken everybody along with me and I showed you exactly how my mind was working. But because our kids were in daycare, we had to take advantage of the time, and I did all of that thinking and trial and tribulation while they were at school. So I figured everything out, but now I want to show you how I was thinking and how I'm going to set everything up. In order for this shoot to take place, I had to take a really long time figuring out how I could utilize the stuff that are lying around the house, in combination with the stuff that I had already purchased for the videography and photography business that I started recently. Now, I understand what it is to start as a new photographer or videographer for that matter, and not have the funding around to make beautiful products that you see in magazines. But that's what we're going to tackle today. Things that you can use around the house that can be used to improve the product and the end result in general. And if you watch my previous video, you can see all about that, how I manipulate things from around the house to make them look like they were designed for that product shoot. So if you look here, this is the basic setup. This is all the stuff that we're going to be needing. And of course you have your subject, one full unopened product, one that is used to actually figure things out, different types of glassware, whatever it is that the subject is going to be put in, and Schweppes. I will get to that in a moment. We have some decor. We have our brushed steel plate, which actually got scratched in the middle of my little trial, which is kind of annoying. I don't know if you can see that or not, but hopefully it'll get washed out with the photos. So I have here two Philips Hue lights. They're going to be giving a little bit of a glow in the background, and it's just going to enhance that a little bit further, like in the last video as well. I had one, but now I have two, so I'm going to really take advantage of that. I guess we should go ahead and start. First things first, we're going to have to orient the base plate, so I'm going to have to take all this stuff out. So of course the first thing is that we're going to be lining this up with the very edge as far back as you can, because it's going to be more seamless in your product shoot. We're going to see how that turns out. Second thing we're going to be doing is, of course, we're going to be orienting our glass and our bottle. And this is going to be a little bit tricky because I had to use this light here to illuminate the back of the bottle in order for you to see the glow. It was a little bit harsh in the beginning, so I had to come up with a few ideas on how to combat that. But I'm going to show you how it looks without the tweak that I did and with. Now, if you look through, you're going to see that beautiful purple color shining through the glass or the bottle. And that's exactly what we want, but it's really harsh. So what we have to do is, I actually took my little diffuser box for my flash, on-camera flash, and I just took this off, and we're gonna tape it on there. And now, the barn doors, I have them just at a sliver right in the middle here. And then I use this one. It's kind of tough to open and close, which is good. And I use that to kind of brace this down to not make it move too much. And then I'm gonna take the rest of it to the back. Cool, very nicely taped, somewhat. And then we are just gonna put this behind again, this is the way I've had it in the beginning when I was trying to figure things out, but then I was like, you gotta tweak it. Let's turn it on. Okay. Take a look at how it looks now versus the first time. It's gonna be much softer in the way that it disperses the light. Actually, here, let me turn off the light behind us so that you can see it. Pretty cool, right? But the thing is right now, it is too close to the bottle, and that is why I brought the cabin bag that we previously had and put it behind just to give it a little more distance from the subject, and it's gonna kind of fade it in the distance. All right. And that is exactly why these scratches happened. Now I realize. No! Don't close. And don't fall off. Oh, man. Oh, no. Just quietly screaming inside.
One eternity later.
Now we are ready for pouring our subject into the glass. And this is, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's quite a clear liquid. And we want to give it a nice milky, kind of diffused look in the glass, right? So we're gonna use this here to kind of do that for us. You might want to take a look at this when it's pouring in. Turns into a very nice color. We are going to take some of the flowers that we picked from the garden, put them on the sides. So it's coming along quite nicely. Now we have some limes that we're going to do for a garnish. Oh, it's nice because the light is actually coming through the piece of garnish.
That's very nice.
Now, I'm going to start utilizing and taking advantage of the Philips Hue lamps. And it's going to completely transform the entire image. You ready? Now that we've got the lighting covered, we've got our scene, we just have to pull this bad boy all the way directly in front like last time because I don't have strip box diffusers, unfortunately. It's a big, very big parabolic diffuser, which is good for vlogging and stuff like that, but not so good for photography or product photography because, well, the subjects reflect exactly what's going on and sometimes it doesn't look so nice. So it's gonna have to be placed directly in front once again, and like the last video, I'm gonna have to go on the floor, orient myself, and hope for the best. Got the camera ready, got the light ready, and there's actually something that I would like to share with you, and that has to do with a bit of a compromise. Now, if you come right here, you're gonna see that the product, it's well lit, but normally for product photography, you would have it way up here so that everything is very clear and whatnot. But because these lights, they're not professional lights, they're made for your home, you know, having a cozy time watching a movie and stuff like that. if I have it this bright on the photos right now with this guy, it's gonna dominate and it's gonna wash out the color. So the compromise is that I'm gonna lower the intensity to about here. And right away, when you even come with this camera here, you can see that so much more of that color is gonna come through. We're gonna be trying 3 different colors. We're gonna be doing pink, purple, and green. We might even go as far as to do a red to complement the waxed stamp on the bottle. So, once again, I meet the floor because I don't have another option. So, let's do this. All right. Another important thing is, in product photography in general, the f-stop is usually higher, at around 8, 9, maybe even higher than that. And that's because it's not necessary to have a depth of field when doing product photography because you want the whole subject to be in focus. But because I have that guy in the background illuminating the light and it's not really fitting, I'm actually gonna utilize that faded background to blur it out, right? So we're gonna see how this looks. Go here. Very nice. And now I'm gonna change the colors to purple. So here, just gonna drag it across. Gonna go to purple. Oh, it looks really nice. I'm trying to, well, first of all, this lens is super heavy. But I'm trying to make sure that the bottle is covering that guy in the background as much as possible. That is gorgeous. Now, of course, the reason we're choosing these colors is because it has a lot to do with color science and what colors go well together and what don't. There you go. And there you have it. Whew, I broke a sweat right there.
You,
oh my gosh.
You promised us red.
I did? Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do red. All right. Red. Here's a fun fact. Red is actually the easiest color for the human brain to see. It's the first thing we pick up on.
It's always good we have Wikipedia over here.
I mean, let's face it, these are all really nice. Oh my god. Ooh, it's so crisp. And this is the A7III. Now my friend has the R3 and he's like, oh, why don't you take it? And I'm like, actually, I don't think I need to take it. At least not for product photography because you have so much control. But if it's something really, really far away that you want to get in focus, I can imagine that an R3 would be nice. I'm really excited to see the photos. We've seen a couple of examples of them, and we're actually really, really excited to show all of you how they turned out. Because as you can see around, it's a garage. There's stuff everywhere. My chips, my coat from earlier, stuff we haven't gotten into. And it's because in Denmark, the winter months are just so, they can be demotivating and they can be tough. But spring is here, we're gonna be just killing it. But first, let's go check out these photos. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am sure that you're super excited to be checking out the photos that we were able to get for this because I know I am. I mean, the results they're very, very impressive considering the setup that we had. I mean, I would say that maybe 70% of the stuff that we were working with was not really top grade professional stuff here, right? Philips Hue, camera with a good lens, you get the idea. The first picture we're gonna be checking out is the pink themed one. And so if you're looking at your screen right now, I'm gonna pull it up. It's delightful. It's very pleasing to the eye. It's calm, it's inviting. It just makes you want to be a part of that, right? And that's the whole idea behind how they market their products and stuff like that, right? The next one in line is gonna be the green. Now, I'm a little iffy about it, and it maybe has to do with my editing or something like that. I wasn't feeling it, and maybe had I invested a little bit more time, of course I could make it look really, really pretty. I just wasn't feeling it, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna show it to you. So if you're looking at your screen now, here's the green. Now, right away I can see that I probably could have brightened up the bottle or the drink, but I don't know. It just, for me, it wasn't doing the drink or the product itself any justice. So I kind of like, I'll skip over that. But just because I wanted to honor Tanqueray and put that, you know, green theme in there that they always have usually, I wanted to include it in the shot. The next one in line is a very fresh, very crisp, clean look for this product, and that is white. On your screen right now, you're seeing a beautiful product, very simple, elegant, timeless. And all the simple but complex things about the photo are coming through because it's white. The specular highlights on the bottle, of course, are also illuminated white because of the two Philips Hue lamps, and that's gorgeous. But now, for the creme de la creme, the best of the best, we're gonna be taking a look at this guy right here. You ready? Oof, oof. It is so gorgeous. There's nothing bad I can say about this picture. In hindsight, I probably could have increased my f-stop to maybe f3 or f4. But for what it's worth, this was shot at f2, and I know that at the top of the cap right here, it looks like it's starting to fade out. That depth of field is starting to catch up with the bottle, and you can see that it's kind of faded, but you don't really notice it. And also, when you think about the orientation of how everything was set up, the light behind the bottle, everything where I had to get it just perfectly even, I'm really, really happy. And I hope that you are just as excited as I am about the result of these photos, because for me, I want to send this off to Tanqueray and be like, hey, you know, we can work something out, right? But yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope you enjoyed making this video. I know that I did, and I sincerely appreciate all the support. I'm currently at 307 subscribers actually, and it's gotten me so riled up. I'm like, okay, people are actually really engaging and really supportive, especially in the comment section. They're like, this is amazing. So for that, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I can't wait for you to see this video. So until the next time, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you then.